Hey guys, welcome to my thoughts on the brand new Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, I've actually just finished recording the whole campaign for this game. I have done a 24-hour live stream on the multiplayer, and of course I've looked through all the options and game modes like Exo Survival, so I could give you guys a proper review and what I honestly think about every aspect of the game, which is exactly what I'm going to do right now by saying this is one of the best Call of Duties ever released. If you have ever enjoyed yourself playing one of the older Call of Duties, I can pretty much guarantee you will enjoy playing this one. It is 100 times better than Ghosts. It's better than, I reckon, the Modern Warfare 2 and all the ones between them. But I personally can't get over COD 4 and 5. They're my favourites. But this one comes in a close third, which is amazing because I never thought it would be able to do that. They introduced a ton of new things with the exosuit abilities, which I didn't think were going to work out that well, but I was pleasantly surprised. The boost left, right, backwards, forwards, and the boost up with the double jump all feel very smooth and very reactive to your gameplay. It feels natural to use them, which I'm really happy with because it adds a whole new element to multiplayer, and I reckon we will see a ton of competitive Call of Duty streams and games coming up and being extremely popular because of how fast-paced this gameplay is going to become and how cool it's going to look for the good players. Because now they have all these extra abilities and skills to really harness and prove to everyone else in the world why they're so good at the game, because it makes it a lot harder. I'm going to be honest, these new abilities do add another element and it does make the game slightly harder, but I reckon that is good because it raises the skill cap. Call of Duty was a relatively low skill cap game because you could have someone camping behind a corner, they could shoot 2 bullets and you're dead. But now, you have slightly more health, I've noticed, and you've got these abilities to boost up, down, left, right, come in from above, run around the map extremely quickly, and maneuver yourself between obstacles. So, I definitely saw a lot less camping in this game, which is another good thing about multiplayer. I am going to tell you guys the bad things about the multiplayer though. One thing I noticed was the exo abilities, not the boosting left and right, the movement ones, but the actual invis cloak and the extra health boost and the things like that, they weren't that good. Or they were good, but I don't know, I couldn't feel them. I wasn't using them as much as I should have been. I don't know if my opinion will change on that after time, after getting used to them, but they just didn't feel right. Because just say I had the health one, and the only reason why I would use it is if I knew someone was around the corner, I would press it to give myself the health boost and then go around the corner. So it does add a bit of extra element, but when you're actually in a firefight with someone, you don't have time to pop that health because it actually takes away your weapon for a second. So that's that one in particular. There was other ones like the shield, exosuit ability, which was good. That was instant. That came up instantly. So I guess you could use that in a fight. But it didn't come in much use for me, to be honest, because it's quicker just to shoot the enemy than use the shield. We'll see about how the pros and other people introduce and use that gameplay though. Who knows, but for me personally right now, those abilities I'm not a fan of, but it doesn't matter because you can disable them, add another kill streak, add another attachment to your weapon, whatever. It is very customizable, which is what I love, and it didn't negatively affect the gameplay. It was still a positive thing. It still added extra things into the game, which I really like. So overall, multiplayer, very good. They raised the skill cap. Seems like they have a little bit more health. There's lots of good guns. I can see 3 or 4 guns that I was leaning towards. The first assault rifle you unlock is very OP. There was another few assault rifles that you unlocked that were fairly good as well, and they were clearly noticeable what they were meant to be used for. There was one assault rifle and all the submachine guns, which could be used for short range. The snipers were also very, very good, and we might see them being in competitive play because they're actually useful now. You can actually get some really good kills with them. snipers are back, guys. Anyone who is a sniper fan, snipers are back. They are OP, and I saw someone going around like no-scoping people with the, and with the ACOG scope, or just no-scope at all. There was tons of options for the snipers, so if you're a sniper, then you'll be very, very happy. And yeah, competitive good, online good. I ranked up fairly quick because of the double XP that anyone got who pre-ordered the game, so that was also good. The maps, I didn't see anything special. There was nothing like, oh my god, this map's amazing, but they did have interactive things like the tsunami and things like that. They have used that in previous Call of Duty titles, but I did really like it. That was definitely a good aspect to the game. And yeah, multiplayer, really good. Now, jumping into the single player, what I think about the campaign. As you can probably tell by the gameplay playing in the background, this is the first mission of the campaign. It has no spoilers really, so don't worry about that. It's kind of just the basic introduction. It teaches you about the boost jump, going side to side, and it just starts to tell you the storyline, which doesn't give anything away. You're a soldier in a war, in a city. I mean, big surprise about that Call of Duty game incoming. But overall, they did have one good scene. You probably saw that, played through a second ago. It looks like it was pulled straight from The Matrix, with all those robots swarming around, and you got to use the turret to blow them up. That was pretty sick. And they have a lot of good cutscenes. A lot of, not even cutscenes, like interactive scenes, with lots of stuff going on in the background. The campaign was actually worth playing. I'm going to say it's the best Call of Duty campaign. This was my favourite Call of Duty campaign, just because of all the new features and all the different references and cool things in it, which I think were really nice. And I was playing on normal, which I'm no noob, but if you run up to an enemy, they do one-shot you for some reason. I was a little bit annoyed about that, because I knew I got the punch off first, but I still died a few times. So I wouldn't recommend punching people in the campaign, although the punching animation is sick, and that's why I was trying to do that. But yeah, that was very good. The other modes, like the Exo Survival and stuff, I'm going to be honest, they're no zombies, guys. It is not zombies. People have been saying there is zombies in it when you unlock all the levels, and yes, there is zombies. There is definitely zombies there, but it's not the zombies you're thinking of. There's no, like, it's not the same as Call of Duty 5 zombies. It's basically a shit version of that. I really wanted them to bring zombies just like the good old days with the Juggernog and the windows that you have to repair and the surviving for round after rounds for as long as you can. That was where the good stuff was at. This game does not have that. If it would have had that, it might have been the best Call of Duty ever made. But it is now slotted right under Call of Duty 4 and 5 for me, which is still a very good position, and I would highly recommend picking up the game. So I guess that's the end of my review, guys. Would I buy it? If you guys have played any other Call of Duty and you liked it, I would highly recommend buying it. If you have played a previous Call of Duty and you didn't like it, then maybe don't buy this, because it's still very similar to the other Call of Duties. It's not revolutionary, it's just a little twist on the previous Call of Duty games. So if you didn't like the old ones, you probably won't like this one. But if you did like any of the old ones, you would definitely like this one. Minus Ghosts, actually. If you didn't like Ghosts, get this one anyway, because Ghost was terrible. This one's much better, and thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content. If you want to watch me playing the campaign in this game, if you want me to show you my tips and pro weapon guides, all that cool stuff, subscribe for that, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.